Some great news for WWE and a new announcement for WWE. Plus, we got to talk about it, guys. There's a potential new WWE signing, which goes to show you that they are not done recruiting international indie stars. And yes, we are going to talk about some creative plans for AEW, or shall I say, lack of creative plans for AEW. It's all coming up right here on the Ango Show. Welcome back to TAS, ladies and gentlemen. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss a video. I'm constantly keeping you up to date with essentially everything that's happening in professional wrestling. Plus, we got to just kick things off right here, the Dark Order. Now, if you guys don't know about the Dark Order, there was a time in which the Dark Order was incredibly popular and incredibly over in AEW. Prior to Brody Lee coming in, even after Brody Lee unfortunately passed away, the Dark Order was a very big act for AEW. I was there for their AEW debut. I mean, everything that these guys were doing was great. And throughout the years, for whatever reason, the Dark Order just hasn't done much. Now, in a recent Q&A with Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp had actually came out and was asked about this. He was asked if Tony Khan had any creative plans for the group. And he says that he actually hasn't heard of any significant creative plans at all and for quite some time. He also said that can always change from week to week. And then, of course, he did sing his praises to the Dark Order. Now, listen, I'm going to just throw this out there. I like these guys. I really do. I thought these guys were great. And the thing that I loved about Dark Order was not only their ability to just be a fun act on TV, the backstage segments, the skits, social media, vlogs. Like, these guys were great, right? Good in-ring performers, connected with the crowd very well. But the thing that I really liked about it, and I know this sounds kind of crazy and maybe it's not a big deal to you guys, but watching WWE does up, up, down, down. If you don't know what that is, that's kind of like their gaming content that they do with, you know, at the time, you know, Tyler Breeze and Claudio Castagnoli and Xavier Woods and everybody was doing it. But now it's like Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze and some other guys will come in here or there. They do tournaments, they do gaming content, whatever. AEW did AEW Games, which was kind of like, I don't want to say apples to apples comparison, but for a good portion of most of the content they were doing, it was very similar to what WWE was doing with Up, Up, Down, Down. And the Dark Order was actually a very big instrumental part of that. Of course, you know, you got Evil Uno and then Adam Cole both being involved in it. And for some reason, I don't even feel like that's a big priority for AEW. So I don't know what it is. I like these guys. I wish they would be on TV more. You know, we see them a little bit on Ring of Honor here and there, but I don't get it. I don't know why people that were popular before no longer really getting an opportunity to do anything. It just really doesn't make that much sense. That brings us to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. This person right here on the right of this photo goes by the name of Zozea. And you guys might know who Zozea is if you watch Rev Pro or if you watch Progress. This is a young indie darling that WWE is potentially signing. According to Fightful Select's Corey Brennan, he's reported that WWE has shown a significant amount of interest in signing him after his standout performance at the March 29th tryouts in London. Now, Brennan goes on to note quite a few things. Zozea is currently finishing up university in June. This is a Spanish talent which by the way, WWE just, they know what they're doing when it comes to the UK and like the indie scene in Europe, right? Especially when you're looking at Spanish talent. Look at Fraxium, right? You look at Fraxium, Nathan Frazier has a tag team partner that used to run the wrestling scene from Spain, and his name is Axiom, right? So like, it's not like WWE is shy here. WWE knows what they're looking for. Sources close to the Spanish talent believe that if he does join the WWE, he will officially join the company by September. There has been a lot of buzz about WWE bringing him in. There's been a lot of talk about WWE bringing him in. As of right now, there is no 100% confirmation that they have signed him. That's why we say potential new signing. But this is great news, man. This is cool. I like seeing talent from the UK come to America, get an opportunity. I think Rev Pro, Progress, ICW, there's been quite a few indie companies in the UK, in Europe, where they've brought some talent that we're now seeing in America, and they're thriving and they're doing great things. So For those who don't know who he is, obviously he's very talented, right? That's a given. But I think this is a good lesson for people to kind of look and say, man, maybe we should check out the wrestling scene elsewhere. And I get it, it's kind of hard, right? Like, you got a lot of wrestling in America as it is, plus you're trying to venture off into the other countries and stuff. But I think the UK wrestling scene, or the European wrestling scene, I should say, is a phenomenal thing. You know, even when WWE did WWE UK and it kind of killed the UK wrestling scene and the European wrestling scene, to me, it seemed like it was going to be hard for them to recover. But thankfully, companies like Rev Pro have been able to do really good things. And I just want to point this out because I think it's always going to be relevant when I talk about the European wrestling scene. But WWE still hasn't launched NXT Europe. And I have no idea why the hell that hasn't happened and why the hell we're not getting updates on that. So at some point, it would be really cool if WWE finally updated us, but they have yet to do that. And that's kind of a big bummer. So just keep that in mind. I'll keep you guys updated. And that brings us to our final topic of today's video, ladies and gentlemen, WWE LFG. I didn't expect this announcement. I'm going to be real with you guys. I genuinely did not think this was going to be announced. I didn't think this was going to be even remotely brought up. But WWE LFG has been signed up for 3 more years, which means 6 more seasons. What's crazy is A&E and WWE have already dropped the announcement today that season 2 will begin next month, June 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern. So WWE is going to be doing like 2 seasons of the show per year, which is crazy. Rapid fire content. They've already been filming this. They've already been doing it. The press release reads as follows: the in-ring competition series WWE LFG, which showcases rising talent vying for a coveted WWE contract under the mentorship of some of WWE's biggest legends, will return to A&E on Sunday, June 22nd. So the word that's been going around is that this has actually been a very big success for A&E as a TV network. WWE LFG being renewed for 3 years, 6 total seasons, is a remarkable achievement. That is massive news. I genuinely am excited about this because I thought season 1 was great. Of course, I have my criticisms that I've actually outlined in previous videos, but this is a great announcement. And the fact that we actually don't have to wait long for a new season to start is one of the things that makes me the most intrigued. And I swear, I genuinely believe this. If they could fine tune some of the small things, WWE LFG could potentially become a mainstream success. Now it's going to be up to WWE and A&E to kind of just make that happen, right? Obviously, as time goes on, we'll see what happens, but I do want to bring more WWE LFG coverage to the channel. I definitely enjoy watching the young, up-and-coming rising stars get an opportunity. We'll see how Jasper Troy does. This is a guy that, you know, does really cool stuff. Now it's just a matter of wait and see. If you guys like videos like this, make sure you click that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.